So I'm now going to hand over to David, who is going to talk you a bit through what happened last night, and then we'll hear from later soon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We had a great evening last night with friends in the industry. Ed Sheeran was kind enough to join us for the celebration of this milestone for Lowden Guitars, for George Lowden, 45 years of the Lowden guitar, and doing that in such a fitting way with his friend Ed to launch Sheeran by Lowden. So the main guys are coming. Ed is just about to arrive. But just to share a little bit of what happened last night. So we gathered at the Tiffany Terrace at the Sheraton Hotel. We had drinks and canapes, and we were joined by another good friend in the industry, Tom Felton. And he played his Lowden and brought some acoustic entertainment for the evening, while our guests just enjoyed the time. And then we came into the Tiffany Terrace for a short program where we just picked out a couple of highlights from the 40th anniversary year, where when we celebrated George's 40 years, since starting in 1974, we started with bringing some new guitars to NAMM, so we brought some 40th anniversary models, and we brought the Wee Lowden. The Wee Lowden was designed for Ed Sheeran by George Lowden at the request of another friend in the industry, Gary Lightbody. So 5 years ago, this NAMM, George launched the Wee Lowden into the Lowden Guitars range, and it was such a popular instrument. And then from that point, George and Ed have had conversations, and really they've enjoyed a friendship that has resulted in this collaboration because of their shared dream to encourage young artists to be able to play quality instruments. As we continued the 40th anniversary year, we had a young guitarist competition, and one lucky lady was awarded a Lowden guitar, and she was flown to Belfast for the 40th anniversary concert. And again, this was just an expression of George's heart. From the beginning, he's wanted to build instruments that speak to the player, in his own words, that give that unique Lowden voice to them, and that are really an extension of the art that they want to create. And then we finished out that 40th anniversary year with the concert with the gathering of friends. So this year, we thought we'd mix it up. We'd start with the gathering, and we'll launch some new guitars, which is really a new chapter for us as a company. So we're so ladies and gentlemen, our friend Ed Sheeran.
Hello. There you go.
Ed, hi, Rick with CNN. Question for you. What is your motivation for doing this partnership with Lowden Guitars?
I think my motivation was my motivation was when I was younger. Lowden was always the kind of holy grail of guitars, but you could never find them, and when you did find them, they were like a lot of money. And because they're such good quality, they have to be that amount of money. And what I wanted to make a guitar that was just as good quality as that, but not as expensive. So it was more. It kind of seemed like an achievable task because I'm going to say that silence.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. I've always favoured smaller bodies because when I started gigging, I was travelling a lot. I was always on a tube or a bus, and having a massive guitar that carried like this was never great. So having it just in a rucksack seemed always easiest. And then I guess I just never really replaced it. I do record with a small body, but I've always recorded with a Wee Lowden basically, like one about this size, or the is it the W size? The one? Oh yeah. Yes, that's it. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, it's I've always favoured a smaller guitar, but I just gig with the very small ones. Yeah. It started off as the size because it's quite difficult to make a small guitar sound good, but now working with George, I mean, he's made these sound just as good as the big guitars. Yeah. Thank you. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I kind of play, I think, 3 different Lowden models at the moment. So I'll be playing these models and those other Lowden models when I play.
Obviously, Sheeran's one name, but what was behind the choice of having Sheeran replace on?
I don't really know. We were going through that quite a lot of whether I don't know. It just we didn't really know whether to call it. It was going to be an S.
Yeah, we were going to use. We were talking about having an ES series or something like that. But we kind of felt this has to speak to one more than just a signature. Yeah, it's a real collaboration where we both have the same dream. Making guitars and affordable for young people which are made in Ireland would be really great to me. So therefore it seemed better to have both names on it. So that's why it's Sheeran.
I think for me, it's not so much the country that the guitars built in, it's just whether they are good quality. But I know for a fact that they are good quality because I can actually go and visit the warehouse and we've set it up. So I think it's like they could have been created anywhere in the world, but George already has his whole setup in Ireland, and it's really good quality there. And you can kind of he can oversee it as well. Doesn't have to fly anywhere. He can just drive down the road. So it's not. I'm proud that it's in Ireland, but it's more just about keeping the quality.
I mean, it's easier to do that if the guitars are made right beside you. It's very difficult. It's like a long range. Yes.
When I first started buying Loudens, I bought a lot of Loudens over the years. Some being free, some being free. Oh, with the electrics, yeah. Well, I bought 3. I bought 4. I bought 1 for me and then 3 for friends. Yeah. No, I've always wanted to play George's guitars, and now we have a very great relationship together, and now we've break my own. So I think I'm just probably going to start doing this.
Any more questions?
Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for coming out. Thank you.